Hello, everyone. I learned that you need a coffee or something, but I promise that it's going to be related with the games. So I believe you are gonna join. You're gonna enjoy about this. My name is Umut, and I work as a senior business development manager at AWS for Games, and covering MENA and Turkey. Today, I'm trying to talk about building the next great gaming experience on AWS for Games, but it's, going to be about all games. So I'm not going to talk about too technical stuff, or, yeah, I will give some documentation and marketing things, but in general, I will try to talk about the games and gaming experiences. Who am I? So the first thing is, when I was 6, my family, I was a lucky one, my family bought the Commodore 64, and my first games were in this great machine. Still, I'm using some emulators and playing some games in this on the mobile phones and some platforms. And then, after 10 years later, I started to review and preview the games in one of the biggest gaming web pages in Turkey called merlinkazan.com. So if you would like to share your games with me, I can review and give some comments about them. I can give notes, but it's not going to be like 90 or 85. I'm generally giving the games like 70 or something. So after that, I did some reviews and previews also, the Electronic Gaming Monthly and PC Gamers Turkish versions. So I'm a gamer and preview some stuff. And then maybe some of you know there's an animation technologies and gaming center in Ankara. I was one of the members of when it was first established. So if you didn't saw it or if you didn't visit it, please go there and see Atom. It's a great place, and it's working like a school. So after that, as a usual Turkish person, I forget my dreams and go to the normal business line. So these are the companies that I work before AWS in a different experience and sales, technical consultancy, and etc. And then here I am. So 4 years ago, I joined to AWS. It's a Amazon Web Services, cloud service provider company. And 6-7 months ago, I jumped to my dream job, which is right now that I mentioned at AWS for Games. So, are you playing games or do you like playing games? I cannot see. Is there anyone who plays Resident Evil series? Yeah, I can see 1, 2, 4, and yeah. So right now I'm playing Resident Evil 4, as you can see in the video. It's a remake. It's one of the best remakes that I ever seen. So if you didn't play before Resident Evil series, please try, because it's really good if you like the survival horror genre. So today I'm gonna talk about AWS for Games, who we are, what we are doing, and then I will talk about some customer cases because we are working the biggest gaming companies in the world, so there are some really good stuff in there. And then me and my colleague Damla will start a new session, we'll start a new webinar series, which is called Tech Talks. I will explain what's it, and then I will talk about some, our partners and our other companies which are in the Amazon ecosystem related with the games. So before start, thank you so much inviting us, because it's really important to be on the stage and talking with you, being with you. If you would like to learn more about AWS for Games, we have a booth. It's in front of the meeting points 16 to 21. So please come and join us. My colleague Çağrı, Damla, and me will be there and answer your questions about AWS for Games and gaming. So who we are? So the thing is, we are one of the biggest vertical at AWS. So all of our team members are only focusing on gaming. So I'm not going to talk about manufacturing and gaming, no. So I'm just going to talk about just gaming. So, for example, as a business development manager, I'm just only talking about gaming events, gaming case studies, and etc. So if you start to talk with Damla, she's a solutions architect of our team, and she is only going to talk about the architecture of the gaming companies. So this is really, really, how can I say, remarkable thing, because this kind of team construction or team engagement is not happening too much in this kind of big companies. So focusing on gaming is a really, really valuable thing. So please reach to us and make a connection. So what we are doing actually, we are as I mentioned, we are the biggest, one of the biggest vertical in AWS, and we are using the AWS services to help the game customers. These can be game developers, game publishers, or gaming-related platforms. So our mission is to help every game customers. Today we have gaming customers who have one team member, and also you will see the biggest logos like Nintendo, Sony, and we are helping also these folks. So, so how we are actually supporting our customers? So there are four pillars that we can talk about. The first thing is solutions architect. So these solutions architects are actually really, really well, have a great knowledge around the gaming architecture and what the game developers and game publishers needs while they are developing their games on the cloud. So if you would like to know more about, we will have a session, I think in 1 hour with Damla, and Damla will talk about what solutions architects do while they are helping to the game tech customers. So it's going to be really hard for her, because I'm going to just ask the questions, and she will answer all the details. So on the other hand, if you would like to know more, like a training or a learning path, we have learning paths right now available on our training page. There are 5 learning paths which are more than 10 hours. So if you have time, you can spend some time on it. And I will talk about there are some benefits around getting these learning paths, because our certificates and badges are so important in the IT world. The other part is, this is one of the, I'm having this kind of questions. What kind of support do you have? Credits. So yes, we have a program called AWS Activate program. So if you are working with a VC, venture capital, in an acceleration program, or working in an incubation center, you can apply to them and you can get your AWS perks for your service usages. If your VC incubator or accelerator is not providing AWS Activate program, please let us know. We can make them an AWS Activate program provider, and they can help you after that. So the last part is we are working with partners all around the world. Some of them are focusing on different industries, but our partners are only focusing on the gaming. So they have a knowledge on the cloud, they have a knowledge about AWS, and also they have a knowledge around gaming. So in Turkey right now, we are working with 5 partners, but I will show the logos. In the world, we have more than, I think, 80 or 90 different partners who are focusing on the gaming. And also, if you don't want to work with them directly, you can check our marketplace, because some of these partners are already putting their solutions to our marketplace, and you can subscribe on it, and you can start to use their solutions immediately. So, in a nutshell, again, we are customers in the world, and whatever they need on the technical side, or in the cloud side, or the scale or expansion, we are trying to help them in these 3 categories. So this is really important, because when we have a meeting with a gaming startup or a big gaming company, they always talking about build and run. So build and run is really important. I mean, developing your game and then, publishing it, putting into your store is really important, yes. But if you cannot measure it, it's not going to, become an, worldwide hit, or your players maybe left your game, and etc., etc. So we believe that these 3 pillars is important, but please plan these 3 pillars before developing your games as an idea. Otherwise, when you try to do something after your game server's live and your game is in the store and try to build something on LiveOps or analytics, it's not going to work really, really efficiently. So there are different services and solutions under these categories. I'm not going to talk about them in details, but nearly for all of them, we have different services and solutions are ready to use right now. So I talked about trainings, so there are some details around this. And the first thing is, I mentioned there's a learning paths. So right now we have a badge in here. This is a cloud game development badge. So I don't know if you know the importance of AWS certification and badges, but in the IT industry, they are so much important for you and for your company. So if you get the cloud game development learning plan and spend more like 11 hours or something on this training, and if you complete with a successful score, you will get this badge, and this will increase your visibility in the industry, and also for your personal development, it's so important how you can develop your game on the cloud. So the other thing is, if you don't want to spend 11 hours or 10 hours for the learning paths, you can go to our ramp-up guide training page, and you can take whatever you want from here. So you don't need to be an AWS customer. You don't need to have an AWS ID. Go to our page, download the ramp-up guide, click on the link, and get your training directly. So we are starting to talk about Big Bang. I mean, what is a cloud, what is AWS, and then it goes like this. And as you can see, fundamentals, game servers, cloud game development, and also there are some database and analytics trainings in this ramp-up guide. So you should check, because in one day you would like to try AWS for game solutions, and these trainings will help you. So what I'm doing actually, so this is these are the activities that I'm doing. So basically, being at the event and having this kind of interactions is one of my key things. But on the other hand, we are helping the gaming startups while they are building their pitch decks. So every startup in one day, they need to go to the VC and talk about their game and stuff. So if you have a pitch deck, and if you are searching a VC, or maybe you are discussing with the VCs right now, you can share your pitch deck with us. We can review with you. We can share our thoughts, because these are our personal experience around this, and we can give back your pitch deck after maybe 1 or 2 weeks, and then we can review it. So the other part, so we are working with the associations. We are in touch in Turkey, also all around the EMEA and in the world. So we are working with them to make an events or specific trainings and etc. And so I'm spending like 5 hours in a week with the teams and with the companies who are in Turkey right now for the office hours. So what I'm doing, our partners inviting the customers to this 1-hour session, and we are talking about all around the games. You don't need to be an AWS customer to have this kind of discussion. Just reach out to our partners in Turkey who are accelerators, VCs, and incubators, and they will connect you with me, my colleagues, and we will have this private sessions with you. And the other part is, so actually we are trying to support all the personas in the industry. So even if you are a student club who are working around the games, or you would like to invite us to talk a speech around anything, just please let us know, because this is our job, and to spread the word in Turkey or in the other countries is one of our key business. So this is new, and this is really important if you are working with an acceleration program, because we are trying to boost their ongoing acceleration program with the different parts that you can see here. So we talk about solutions like tech and workshops. We talk about credits. We talk about funding workshops. But we can also invite our partners, our global customers, to the acceleration programs, and they can talk about their journey on AWS for Games, what they did with us, and how they started to working with us, and etc. Also, we can customize our sessions in there. So if you are working with an accelerator, please let them know, because we have a program called AWS Game Boost, and we can really boost their program and invite famous people to their acceleration program. So let's talk about some games. So these logos, as you can see in the screen, they are working with us directly. So some of them are actually 100%. We call it all-in-all on AWS. So some of them are using, in some separate cases, but we are working with them. So you can think that, Umut, these guys are, bigger ones. Yes, but think about Rovio and Supercell, 15 years ago or 20 years ago. They are not exist. So this is the most important thing, is when you start with a strong partnership into your game development journey, one day you can, you can become one of them. So I can give an example from Turkey. Peak Games is working with us directly, and when they first started their journey, they choose AWS to work with. So, and you know their story, 2 years ago or 1.5 years ago, they became a unicorn, and they acquired by Zynga with $1.8 billion. So this is one of the customer stories that we have in Turkey. For the other ones, please visit us in the booth, and we can talk more around this. So, is there anyone playing Fortnite? Okay. So Battle Royale is not, is there anyone playing strategy games? Again, same, so these are the players, I believe. So there is no one playing games in here, or maybe different genres. So yeah, okay, that's cool. So Fortnite is actually running on AWS, and also Epic Games is working with us. They are a really important partner for us. And also they are working on the Unreal Engine development side with us. So the important thing is, Fortnite, yes, it's working on AWS, but it's working on the instances, virtual servers, which are powered our CPUs, called Graviton. So this is really important because they optimize their infrastructure on a new hardware, and also they implement this support to their gaming engine, which is Unreal Engine. So if you are, using Unreal Engine, maybe you would like to try Graviton instances, and the technical specifications are on our webpage, but also we can provide you some benchmarks and some, compare between the instances and the Graviton instances. So, and the other part is about the GameLift. So GameLift is actually one of the specific servers on the services on the AWS for Games. This is a service that we are managing multi-session, multiplayer-based games with this service. So for example, if you are playing Fortnite, or if you are playing right now, have you tried Marvel Snap? Yeah, 1, 2, okay, 3, that's great. If you like card games, and if you like Marvel World, it's really cool game, by the way. please try it. So, for example, when you go to the Marvel Snap, if you are waiting on the launch, I mean, we're waiting the other players, all the matchmaking system and all the multi-session based room management is done by GameLift. So it is provided for these purposes. So if you have a multiplayer game and if you need something like this, please let us know, and it's really, really making your job easier. So the other game, this is the biggest game, I mean, last year, Elden Ring. From Software is working with us when they started to put some online elements to Elden Ring, and they started to talk with us, when the game launch, how we can help our gaming customers in first hours. Because it's really important when you launch a game with an online some stuff, it shouldn't be, it should work. That there shouldn't be any problems with that. And if you are talking something like this, which is, has a hype, it's more than important. So when we first talked with them, they expected 200,000 concurrent users in the launch time. And then they update us, it's going to be 400,000. And 1 week before the game launch, they told us it's going to be 1 million. So why this is important? We can scale really quickly and adapt their launch time. So if you would like to expand your game, scale your game into the other part of the world, so this is also important for you. So this is, right now, if you are playing Elden Ring, if you get this trap, because it's really time-consuming, yeah. So I can see these faces and spending, tons of hours time, in this game. So, but again, if you are playing right now and if you are seeing the online features, you can see that this is working on us. And there's a new case study. It's actually not new. They were using us, but it's new, fresh, published. EA Sports, if you are playing NBA, FIFA, and then PGA Tour, NHL, NFL, these games have their multiplayer parts. So if you connect with a player, the most important thing is, let's say you scored a goal, it's around 85 minutes, and you will win the game, get the card, and then the other player, went off. Connection lost, or it left, or whatever. So EA Sports would like to know what happened. It's about AWS, it's about them, it's about player. So this is why they are using our Amazon CloudWatch Internet Monitor. And this customer case, by the way, right now it's on live. You can get more details around how they put this beta test onto their infrastructure and how they are using right now. So if you are playing these games and you have a connection lost, so we are informing EA Sports about you or the infrastructure. So these are some of the customer stories. Because this is a 30-minute solo speech, I put 3 or 4. So the more cases that we have, you can come and visit in our booth, and you can also visit our webpage. This is the Turkey AWS for Games team. So 3 members right now in here, and our 4th member, Didem, is in Spain, and right now talking with the customers. So we are, Çağrı and Didem is working as an account manager. So if you are a gaming customer, if you would like to use AWS infrastructure, or if you are already using it, we are assigning one account manager to you to talk about your business. So if you don't have, please let us know, because we can handle this. Maybe we skip some steps, but we can handle this part. And I mentioned about myself, and also Damla is our solutions architect, senior solutions architect. And again, I'm repeating it, she is focusing on gaming infrastructure, which is really important for you. So what we are going to start on the 4th of May, we will start the Tech Talks webinar series. Every month, we will talk about different topic with Damla. And why this is beneficial? So, you know, every month, maybe every 10 days, we are updating something on the technical basis. So you can get the latest updates and details around in these tech talks. The other part is, if you have any questions about your solutions or your infrastructure, you can find answers directly in these tech talks. And the last part is, you know, everyone would like to go to, you know, the other markets or maybe scale all around the world. So you can learn the best practices in these sessions. So in a nutshell, again, I'm repeating myself, but, you know, reminding to you, it's gonna be every month in the first week of this month. It's gonna be an online session, 90 minutes, and it will be in Turkish right now, because we are covering the Turkish market right now, and it will be started in Turkish. We will plan the other languages, talking with the other teams in the EMEA and all around the world. And when you look at the schedule, we will start with the ad services, which is the EA Sports is using, the customer case. If you have time, you can register online and you can join our session. And the next sessions will be about we choose, I think Damla choose summertime for the compute side. So we will talk about first serverless, you know, how can you use serverless on your games. And then we will go to the game hosting, and then we will talk about Game Lift on August. So in September and October, we will talk about databases and how you can develop your game on cloud. And November and December, this is one of the hype topics that we have right now, AI/ML, machine learning, and how you can detect the anomalies and the building the analytics part in your game. So you can scan this QR code if you would like to register our first session. So, and if you would like to know more about this, again, please visit us in our booth. So before closing, as I mentioned, we are Amazon actually. So there are some other companies that we are working with. So for example, if you know Twitch, Amazon owns Twitch, and we are working with those guys directly. So if you play New World, the massive multiplayer online role-playing game, Amazon Game Studios is the developer and the publisher of this game, and also we are working with this team members. So Prime Gaming is our marketplace. If you have a PC game and would like to put in a marketplace instead of Steam, so we can connect you with the AWS Prime Gaming, Amazon Prime Gaming team, and we can discuss how we can put your game into the Prime marketing. And the other part is actually Luna. It's not available in Europe right now, but if you know playing games on a stream basis, I mean game as a service, so you need just an internet connection, just a TV or dummy PC or a controller. You can directly log in and play your game over the internet. So if you know GeForce Now, what I'm talking, and Stadia, you know what I mean. So this is Luna, our service, and it's online right now in North America. So there are some specific services, as I mentioned, Game Lift is one of them. The other one is we have, I think 7 years ago, we talked with the Crytek team, and we acquired the CryEngine license. And then we converted to Lumberyard as a 3D gaming engine. And last year, we talked with the O3D Foundation, and we created a new 3D engine which is called Open3D. So the best thing is Open3D engine is free, and if you are asking a benchmark, New World is working on Open3D engine. So massive multiplayer online role-playing games is one of the hardest game type that you can connect with a gaming engine. And right now, Open3D is, holding all the burden which is, New World is using right now. So these are the Amazon companies and the services. When we first launched our new branding, which is called Amazon for Games, these are our launch partners. You can see there are really big companies in here, and also there are some partners. For example, AppsFlyer they are also in here. So they are all providing different needs for your games or game development processes. So if you would like to reach one of them, please let us know, and we can reach on behalf of you and talk about the future engagement with these partners. So, thank you so much. You can learn more details around the AWS for Games in our webpage, if you can, scan this QR code. And please come to booth and let's talk about your game development processes. Thank you so much.